Hi everybody. Wanted to make this video today because it's a little bit more fun than court, and also I wanted to say that when I put in the title for the last video I made yesterday, my finger slipped. It was supposed to be from 53.99 to 54.20, but it says 29, but it's wrong because I didn't watch it 29. I watched it 20. Okay, so this is a recap of episodes 25, 54, 25, and 54, 26. Okay, so Donna and Eric still want to be together, but Pam, uh, Stephanie's sister, wants them together, and we find out why. Okay, at first I thought she was like a little obsessive, but then it's deeper than that. Apparently, which we didn't find out until now, that their father, because they're sisters, their father hit them, I guess, a lot when they were younger. So Pam, being the younger sister, always felt like she had to help Stephanie. And anybody who hurt her, she wanted to hurt back in retribution, you know? So that was part of it. But then magically, um, of course, she has to go to the hospital, right? So, because the plan is to kind of lure her to get therapy or whatever treatment, right? Because they all think she's a little bit, So, but it turns out that she has a tumor on her brain or whatever. And of course, that's the reason why she did all these horrible things. And I say with quotations because, okay, if this was the first time I ever heard about this scenario, I'd be like, okay, cool. But this is like the third time because they used to use it a lot back in I remember back in the 90s and definitely 2000s. And I know this is in 2008 or 9, but still, somebody would have an illness, and then there would always be a tumor pressing on their brain somehow. And that would be the reason why they did this uncharacteristic things. Like totally out of character, totally. And then they say, oh, there was always a thing, but no one knew. That was always the reason. Ugh. So anyway, okay. So they did surgery, and then of course she's gonna be back to whatever normal is, But then she's still gonna get help, I'm guessing. And then okay, so then that's one story, and that involves Donna and Eric and Stephanie, right? But Stephanie knows that she doesn't have a chance with Eric because she knows that Eric has fallen in love with Donna, and she's kind of accepted it finally at this point. And then on the other side, we have Rick and Rich. Okay, so Rick is Brooke's son, right? Rick is engaged to Taylor, although Taylor broke it off. So then Rick is mad at Rich because he thinks he's the reason for all the bad stuff in his life. So they get to fighting, and then somehow, magically, Rick is thrown off, I don't know, a building or something. I didn't watch it closely, okay? But you're supposed to believe he took a fall. And in that fall, they took him to the hospital, obviously. And then in the hospital, they did the test where I've seen it done before. Never had it done to myself yet. Hopefully, never. Knock on wood. But what they do is they take a pen or something that's a little sharp so that you'll feel it on the bottom of your foot, usually. That's where they do it. And they say, can you feel this? And you're supposed to move or say yes or something. So the point is that when you don't, that is the symbol for possible paralysis. And back in the day also, this is also in the 80s or 90s and 2000s, maybe in the 80s. but they would have somebody have some kind of injury like that, and it's always paralysis. So then they would be in a wheelchair for a month or two, and then miraculously be able to get up out of the chair. Now I kind of take offense to that because I've always been in a chair, and I always was offended by, okay, they're clearly not disabled. It wasn't even a suspension of disbelief. That wasn't the problem. I'm like, clearly this man is not whatever, and he's gonna miraculously get up out of the chair every time. So yeah, but yeah, that's the latest that's going on. I'm gonna keep watching the episodes, and I'll tell you what else is coming up and whatever. So I will probably make another video. I mean, I gotta watch. I gotta watch at least 3 more episodes to be up to date to where I said I was, and then I will be. So what I'll do is I'll watch those 3 episodes. It'll probably take an hour or about, and then I'll do a short video like I'm doing. I'll cover to where I said I was. So I'll be there. All right. Bye, everybody.